We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Blockchain Talks. Today, as a topic, what is going on in the market? Well, theme especially to keep you guys updated on what is moving on the cryptocurrency markets. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. Like this. We're going to take a look at what is occurring here. So let's take a look at CoinGecko. Currently, most of the market is turning green after a week or two of turning bloody red. However, main focus here is going to be Bitcoin due to its long-lasting and still present dominance. There we go. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here. The last 24 hours. Normally I do max, but last 24 hours, price seems to be remain stable up at this point now. So it's about noon, 1st of June 2021. We came out of a dip on the 31st of May, and as predicted, we remain around the 37,000 US dollar. Margin, something which I actually predicted last week. I'm going to show the short clip. I have it prepared here in advance. Hope you guys can hear. So that was the prediction I made on, I can't seem to find the date here, but in the last episode, close it and return towards here. So what occurred? Well, after that prediction where I said, let's hope we can continue reaching towards the 40K cap, that's 24, I'm going to put up a weekly basis. It seems my prediction was more or less correct. I made a prediction more sideways here. I can scroll, but not really in the mood. So as said, we remain at around the 37K level. So it's right here in the middle. For some time, we went underneath it, especially here. There was a big collapse on Monday 31st before we suddenly shot back at around the 37K level. And it's actually about this movement that I want to talk today. Why did it occur and what was the reason to it? Well, as mentioned in the previous episode, we were in an environment of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, so the FUD, which gave a cascading effect to the value of the entire crypto market going down. However, the FUD seems to be more or less over. Some news articles remain, but the market is recovering. However, how do you explain the bearish trend here that we've seen in the last 7 days, I dare say? Well, actually, the response to it is quite simple, and probably one I forgot to mention in the previous episode, and it has all to do with end of the month for traders. Every last Friday of the month, a huge amount of trades are being closed. And I'm not talking about trades like I'm buying on Coinbase or Binance or Kraken, but really exchange platforms like Binance, etc., where you can place, I call it placing bets on future price variations, placing bets on the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., etc. And well, many people who got shorted during the FUD when it collapsed a few weeks ago here to 34,000 got shorted, but reopened their trades. Marginal amount, but it implies here we remained relatively stable at around the 40k. But as those trades were reactivated and people were guessing, and I've seen plenty of tweets and news articles, people were predicting, yeah, we're going to see a crash towards the 20k. I sincerely hope it will not occur, but it remains a possibility. I dare not say it will occur 100% certainty, but a lot of trades here were being closed. A lot of trades were, well, cashing in. So what happened? There was a general distrust in those trades because their margins were much lower than expected. So what happened? Trades were closed. A lot of new money was being lost, and we see a collapse here in value. And back towards the 7-day cycle. That one, yeah, up here. So everything was closed up until Friday. You can even see the dip here. It's European time, so that's approximately when most US markets were down. You can see a slight uptick here as early Europeans actually bought the dip before it collapsed once again. And we saw a mixed weekend, I dare say, accumulating in, and that's something you should write down when you're a trader. Every Sunday is when value of the crypto market, Bitcoin of any other coin, is at its lowest point, especially at the end of the month. So this point here, it's placed on Monday 31st of May at 6 in the morning. And we saw an upheaval. Why? Most markets started to relaunch. New trades were being made with a positive sentiment. So we had yesterday quite a nice ride upwards, and then went sideways for the last 24 hours. We see a major dip here. That is actually the result of, well, the normal volatility and probably some news, which reached our ears and reached traders, which gave a little amount of distrust or a whale making a movement. I haven't figured that one out because it's quite recent. See here, 11 o'clock, so 1 hour ago. Since I'm technically working during the day, didn't see what occurred here, what might have given rise to this fluctuation. However, prediction for the market. Myself, I'm predicting we're still going sideways, still holding on at the around the 37k level, going sideways for the time being. Hopefully, as mentioned in the previous episode last week, we will probably see an uptick during the month of June. Reason thereof has to do with Ethereum, whereby the EIP 1559 is going to be launched, which might invoke a heightened amount of trust once again into the crypto market. So new money will be entering, this time probably not immediately into Bitcoin, but moreover into Ethereum, and we'll see the long-term effects of it. Other live streamers who occupy themselves with cryptocurrency, such as myself, predicted during the months of June, July, August, we will once again see an upward trend. It has been established, this prediction, by, well, Crypto Charlie from the Moon Gang. So yeah, for me at this point in time, I believe up until next week, we will see still something going sideways, volatility in the same trend as you can see here. Would be nice if we hit once again towards the 40k. Might be possible, but I believe we're still going to remain within this range. So between the, I'm not going to say 34, though it's possible from what I can tell. Just to be safe, I'm going to say between the 34k and the 40k. 40k really being the new border which needs to be crossed. Once crossed and the momentum is great, at that point we will probably see further continuation upwards. Now, where it concerns the market, I'm going to continue here. Naturally, like I said, the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt hasn't died down, and a lot of governments and news articles are being spread here. Where it concerns regulations, regulatory, damn it, can't speak in English properly anymore. Sorry, regulatory promises and aspects are being highlighted. So that's a first proposal, first article, which might invoke a little bit of FUD. To me, it is a little bit double-sided. It's bad news because, well, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and regulation, they aren't very, how to say, interconnected. So generally, the more regulated something becomes, first the price goes down before it becomes a rare aspect and the price pumps upward. This also implies, and that's actually good news, cryptocurrency, the entire crypto market, is becoming big enough for banks and government officials to start ringing emergency bells. They want regulations and want to, well, the guise is to protect its citizens from risky investments, but in reality is in order to protect and get a regulatory grip on it so they can actually earn more money for themselves by making use of cryptocurrency. So if anything, especially now that I see a little dip here, Bitcoin in the last 24 hours, might be opportune to start buying in. This is the first article from Coindesk.com. Second one is this one. Same sentiment here. Regulation, cryptocurrency, not a very good marriage. However, it implies governments and banks are getting fearful of cryptocurrency. It has become big enough that major players, major investors, I'm not even going to say major investors, but major powerhouses, major economic influencers are trying to get in and put a market towards their hand. So, and as you know, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency works best when decentralized. So we have to make sure it keeps, well, out of their hands and, well, at least for cheap, I'm going to say. So make it difficult for them to regulate it and to get their grabby hands on it. A shift is occurring, and it would be quite sad to see, well, the same old powerhouses just manipulating the entire market for their own gains, while others, well, could actually build a better life from it. That's where it comes down to it. It's another article. This one. What else? This is another article. Scroll down. So that's some good news to counter a little bit the FUD. Reserve Bank of India announced Bitcoin and exchanges are not banned in India. Open it up. So from yesterday, small article against dealing virtual currency. So yeah, you can see for yourself. It's a little announcement from Bank of India. Let us hope it isn't bad news. Well, bad news, fake news, I dare say, and that it's legitimate. Let's hope so. I haven't double checked it, but it's actually some good news to come out of India after it, well, earlier this year was quite strict when it announced crypto bans, etc. Other good news to counter a little bit of the FUD. This is probably one of the biggest articles to have been launched in the last couple of weeks or days. It's looking for crypto experience in alternative payments job posts. So this is the first sign that a multi-trillion giant in the industry of big tech is actually looking for people who can, well, to launch themselves in the crypto experience in the crypto markets. This is a major bullish signal. For those who follow me since last year, since 2019 even, I haven't talked about it, but I tend to repeat it quite often. Adoption is occurring, and it isn't really a matter of will they, well, introduce themselves into the crypto market. It's not a question of will, but a question of when. And this answers they will start launching themselves into the crypto market. Probably will be trying to buy Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc. But it's a very bullish sign. that major players are slowly entering, with the last, well, with a big mainstream known company being Apple. So, in conclusion, what's happening in the market? Well, FUD is still going on. Why? Well, governments are trying to regulate and probably trying to profit of the cheaper prices of Bitcoin, especially considering its all-time high of about $60,000 recently, a few weeks ago. And now, well, it's on sale for the sheep, I dare say. Furthermore, more and more mainstream corporations like Apple are looking into it. And now the news is slightly mixed. I can even show you my Twitter feed here. So, yeah, has been buying the last week. So the signals are mixed. Like, for example, I see tweets like this one happening here where there's an accumulation of Bitcoin, but I don't see it reflected here in the graph. So we're going sideways still. It's kind of odd, but it also implies there's still some FUD going on, fear, uncertainty, doubt. There's still articles being launched that counter the movements, that people are still betting against the crypto market, which levels it out. So the bad news is now, well, the influence of the bad news is now equally important, or in equal amounts of the good news, and cancels themselves out, which results in, well, a still volatile market, but stabilizing at the 37K level. So yeah, much Ethereum news I can see passing by here. The all-time high. So yeah, it all really depends on the market. So I dare say this is a little silence in the cycle. Not many know what is going to occur, or nothing really breakthrough or anything is going to occur in the market. I still see mixed signals of people saying, yeah, it's going to moon, while others say, yeah, no, I'm not entirely sure. So what to make of the entire market? I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And to conclude this short episode, well, what to expect from the market? Still going sideways for the time being. I expect for the continuation of this week, once again, going sideways. Possibility of a small uptick. Is there a possibility it will crash? Well, seeing we are at the beginning of this month, and well, all recent trades have been closed since last Friday, we might see it going slightly sideways, but like occurred on Monday, we might see once again a little uptick, which can be bought up. Support level seems to be at around the 35,000, it seems. I'm going to take a quick check here. Yeah, support is at around the 35K level, going sideways at 37. So yeah, those are the two numbers you should keep in mind. 40K is the new border which needs to be broken. Once that's broken consistently for a good amount of time, we'd probably be once again in a bullish trend. So yeah, this was Blockchain Talks about what's happening in the market. This was Dimitri from Gracious Interest. Hope you guys got some decent information from it for the following week, and up until next time.